Hi everyone, my Chinese name is Ruyi. In this speech, we will discuss the characteristics and the influencing factors of personal development according to personal development theory. Individual developmental psychology is an important part of developmental psychology, which usually refers to the study of the psychological development of human individuals from birth to death. Generally speaking, psychological development refers to individual psychological development, which is understood in a narrow sense. Developmental psychology mainly studies in the psychological development of individuals throughout their lives. The research object of the individual psychological development is the characteristics of psychological development at various age stages in the whole life process. These age stages include infancy, early childhood, adolescence, youth, middle age, and old age. So, what are the characteristics of individual development in education? General laws characteristics of human psycho and mental development. The order of human psycho and mental development refers to the continuous development process of human psycho and mental development from low level to high level, from simple to complex, from quantitative to quantitative change. The order of pupil psycho and mental development requires educators to do a good job in education step by step. About second stage of human psycho and mental development. The stage of human psycho and mental development refers to the different general characteristics and main contradictions of individuals at different age stages. They face different development tasks. The periodic law of human psycho and mental development determines that education must be carried out in stages according to the characteristics of different age stages. Pay attention to the connection and the transition between different stages in terms of the requirements of education and teaching, the selection of education content and methods. The imbalance of human psycho and mental development refers to that individual psycho and mental development is not a process of constant progress. The imbalance of individual psycho and mental development is shown in two aspects. First, the development speed of the same aspect is unbalanced at different age stages. Second, the imbalance of development in different aspects. Critical period of development refers to the period when a certain aspect of a psycho or psychological functions and abilities are most suitable for promotion. In this period of the training, an individual a certain aspect can achieve the best results and give full play to the potential of the individual in this aspect. The education teaching work should size the critical period in order to achieve the best effect in the shortest time. The imbalance of force. The complementarity of human psychical and mental development. The complementarity of human psychical and mental development reflects the interrelationship between the various components of individual psychical and mental development. First, it refers to that after a certain aspect of the body is damaged or even missing, it can be particularly compensated by the extraordinary development of other aspects. The complementary law of human psychical and mental development requires educators to first establish confidence that every student, especially those who are temporarily backward or have other defects, will achieve the same level of development as normal students through complementary development in other aspects. Secondly, we should master scientific education methods, find the students' advantages, develop their strengths and avoid their weaknesses, and stimulate students' confidence and consciousness of their self-development. Fourth, 5. Individual differences of human psychical and mental development. Individual differences of human psychical and mental development refers to the difference of development degree and speed between individual psychical and mental development, and the different aspects of individual psychical and mental development. Influencing factors of personal development. Influencing factors of personal development. Heredity, environment, school education, individual subjective initiative. Influencing heredity. Genetic quality refers to some anatomical and psychological characteristics of a person that are transmitted through some genetic material and formed in the process of parent and germline development. Genetic quality is a necessary material prerequisite for human psycho and mental development. Specifically, 1. Genetic quality is a psychological premise of human psycho and material development, which provides the possibility for human psycho and mental development. 2. The psychological materiality of genetic quality restricts the process and stages of human psycho and mental development. 3. The difference of genetic quality has certain influence on the individual characteristics of psycho and mental development. 4. The role of genetic quality in different stages of individual development is different. With the continuous development of individuals, the role of genetics is increasingly weakened. 5. Genetic quality has plasticity. Heredity. Environment. Environment generally refers to all external factors that affect the physical and mental development of individuals, including the natural environment and the social environment. The natural environment is the objective condition for the existence and development of human beings and animals. It composed of the natural existing nature. Social environment includes the sum of material civilization, spiritual civilization, and social relations created and accumulated by human beings on the basis of natural environment. The role of environment in human development. 1. Environment provides many possibilities for individual development, including opportunities, conditions, and objects. 2. Environment is external objective condition for the development of human body and mind. Environment makes the development possibility provided by genetics become reality. The influence of environment on individual development can be divided into positive and negative. 3. People are not negative or passive when they accept the impact and the role of the environment. People have subjective initiative and they develop themselves in the practice of changing the environment. Environment. School education. School education plays a leading role in human development. Reasons why school education plays a leading role in human development. 1. School education is a purposeful, planned, and organized activity to cultivate people. 2. School education is carried out through specially trained teachers, which is relatively effective. 3. School education can effectively control and influence various factors of student development. 4. The impact of school education on people is comprehensive, systematic, and profound. The leading role of school education in people's psycho and mental development. 1. School education makes social norms for the direction of individual development according to the basic requirements of society for individuals. 2. School education has a special function of accelerating individual development. 3. The impact of school education, especially basic education, on individual development has immediate and delayed value. 4. School education had the function of developing individuals' special talents and personality. Subjective initiative. The subject initiative of individual refers to the reflection and initiative of human subject consciousness on the objective world. Subjective initiative is the driving force of human psycho and mental development and the decisive factor promote individual development. The highest level of individual subjective initiative is creativity. Function. 1. Subjective initiative is a driving force to promote people's psycho and mental development. Subjective initiative is an internal need and the motivation of people. A positive motivation and a desire for learning and an internal cause of human development. 2. Individual practice is a decisive factor of individual development. Practical activities can promote people's life activities and psychological activities. With the continuous enrichment and expansion of the content and the scope of practical activities, people's psycho and mental development level continues to improve.
Developing your big picture perspective is today's Larry Lao Zhishang insight. So when I was an R&D engineer, I did a lot of this, looking at a computer, no big picture view at all. But when I started pursuing a business career, I knew I needed to develop one. Here's what I did. I began asking a lot of how and why questions. What questions build your knowledge, but how and why ones, like, how did you know this? Why is that so important? Or why did you decide to do that? Give you deeper insights into what you want to understand better. And I sought out and asked my how and why questions to highly successful people who already view things at a higher level. By understanding how they view things, I learned to view things in a similar big picture way too. Because if you want to do something well, understand it well first.
This is the end of the speech. What are your thoughts on this video? Please comment. Thank you.